Hi, good morning, everybody. So today I want to talk about something that happened to me yesterday. I got emailed by somebody asking me how to work out costings on product if they're printing. So for us, we use normal domestic printers purely because that's what we have been using for, I don't know, 12 years. I only use Canon. So basically, whatever technology comes up for Canon, I buy. So my she wasn't sure how to work out the ink costings and that. So when you get a printer, it tells you you can print so many pages for the ink that they supply you with. But my problem is, and I found that to be with all the printers that I get, that's not true. So you got to really think about this very carefully. If it doesn't tell you what you are printing, so if you're printing black and white, basically plain black and white print, no pictures, no sorry, any heavy square blocks of discoloration, of pure black, then maybe you will get what they say you're going to get. But in general, I would say take 15% off the amount that they say, and that is generally what you're going to get. Same with color. So if you're going to print full color, large, heavy based images, that's going to affect the amount that you're going to get out as well. Also bearing in mind the paper you use. If you use photo paper, you use more ink. I don't care what anybody says, you use more ink compared to using a hot pressed or a cold pressed basic everyday board. So those are things you need to take into account. So for me personally, I only use ink printers for my product, and so we do full color print, and I don't have a problem with quantities. I take the quantity that they say you're going to get out of the printer, and then I take 20% of that off and I work from there. So that's how I work, and it's not failed me. Also, what you're going to do is, if you're going to do this kind of printing on a regular basis, you need to look at everything, not of the costing of everything. As I explained to the lady, you got to think about bulk. You don't buy paper from the guy down the road at 40 cents when you can actually get it for 13 cents bulk. So you got to think, am I only going to make a few prototypes? Am I only going to make a few items? Then that's fine. But if you want to go into this and you want to do this as a living, or you want to do that, you need to go to the supplier of that paper and get it at a better price. The same with your ink. I don't I mix up the inks. I've got a couple of printers. I try and get the best ink. I don't buy name brand ink, purely for the very simple reason that it's too expensive, you can't afford it. But to me, ink is ink, and I've never, in 15 years, I've never had a problem with any of the ink that I've bought from any of the suppliers that I do. So my whole problem for me in all of this is this: how fast does this printer print? For me, it's always the speed. The new printers that Canon has brought out, the ones with that have the front, I don't know if you can see, let me bring you around here. These ones that have these bottle refills, they are very slow. They are slower than this one over here, which is an A3 printer, and I have a couple of other printers down here. That one is very, very slow. This one with the refills is half the time. It takes twice as long to print something black and white wording than it does for the full color on that side. That's A3, and I can print an A3 page faster than I can print an A4 page on here. For me, it's speed. So I'm going to be rethinking this when I buy my next Canon, and that's going to be important. At the time when I read it when I read the specs, I thought that would work, but it's only thing I can tell you 100% cost effective, absolutely 100% better than that one. And this one, I've had the cartridges for 5 months filled. I've not yet filled them again. This one is 3/4 full. Only the yellow here is sitting on half, and I print on it every day full color. I'll show you what I print. A3 full color, this is pretty much what I print. So I do things like this, smaller ones like that, just so you get an idea, and I have yet to swap out that printer at all. So, and then I do, of course, other printing as well. So those machines up there are made for that. So that's why I have them. So you got to think to yourself, also, porous paper take more ink. You can get a better price on the ink. So you're over. When she gave me a price of what she was going to sell it for, I was a little bit. I thought it was a bit pricey. How much money are you going to make off there? But you know, you got to think to yourself one very important thing, and this I've said in 1 or 2 videos before. What market are you targeting? If you're targeting the flea market, your overheads are almost nil. If you are targeting the retail market, you have to come up with a price that they can then mark up and be happy with the profit that they are making from that. And so that is also things you need to take into account. So this is just a quick video to tell you from what somebody said to me yesterday. Was a bit confused, and this is how I work. She wanted to know, how do I work? And this is how I work. Maybe for you gurus out there that think that, oh well, she's not making much sense. I don't have the money to go out and spend thousands of rands on one design, in many 2,000 prints of one design, and now I have to sell that, and I've only got the one design. This way I've got 22 designs in 40 products, and I am marketing them, I'm selling them, and I'm not having a problem with that. So you've got to think to yourself, are you doing it the way that you want to do it? Is this the market I want? Am I wanting to sell to the lady down the road? Am I wanting to sell to the shop on the corner? What are they looking for? Go in, look at the prices on the market before you start printing and carrying on and buying all these printers. My setup is extremely simplistic, purely because I'm not very technical challenged, and for me, I've never had a problem with the printers I've worked with. I've had a few other printers that totally blew my mind, and I could not figure them out. Canon, I can dismantle these babies and put them back together again, and the parts are interchangeable, and I've had no problem. The service is good. I own my printers outright. I don't believe in renting, because what if you decide you don't want to be in business next year and now you've got a 5-year contract? No, that's not going to work for me, although that's not happened, but because like I said, I've been in business a long time. That's not going to happen to me. But for me, this works better, and I unfortunately am one of those human beings that need full control. So for those who want to print, my best advice to you is start small. Don't go out and get yourself into a lot of debt. Find the market you want to be and tailor your product to the market. You will then work out from your printer, from the ink, what is working for you, where you can get the cheapest paper, where you can get the cheapest ink. And from that, you can then design with a little bit of peace of mind until you become a huge company and somebody else is doing that all for you. So I hope this helped you. Thank you. Bye.